Good morning. It's a wonderful morning, and I'm glad to be a part of it with you. I had some wonderful awarenesses this morning during my meditation. Let me date this. It's April 17th, 2018. And I'm just going to go through the way I understood them, and I believe the Divine Mother will work it out so you can get something out of it. It seems that my family members and some of the people that I am in contact with over and over, and family or work are usually the way that happens, or neighbors, and really it's harder to get away from. Anyway, I have people in my life, and I'm sure that you do too, who help me grow. So I have isolated this morning a person that I just continue to think about over and over in the night. And I'm going to skip through a little because I don't want to be too specific about her, because I don't want to throw her under the bus. But anyway, I'll give you some stuff. So I wrote the person's name down, and then I wrote all my judgments about her. She never gets enough, never ever enough. She doesn't listen to me. She doesn't really care about or see the real me. She just takes up energy, everyone's. I feel like a throwaway wipe when you're done with, except as a resource for certain things. When she needs to talk and brag on herself, she wants my attention. It's truly a parent-child relationship. So then after I got all that out, I turned it around and I said, how do I do that to myself? So I wrote it out. There's never enough perfection. I don't listen to myself. I don't really care about or see the real me. I take up extra energy worrying and fretting, mine and Ken's and anyone else who will listen. I feel like there's a really big other side, one who really doesn't care. And then I went back to the she, but it's also about me. She just wants something more. I'm good enough just like I am, with no need to try or grasp. So here's where I was starting to get some more information from the Divine Mother about myself. No more grasping hands trying to cover pain. And I notice with myself as I go through my days that I want to eat this, or I want to watch this on TV, or I want to, eating is a big one, drink something that's not necessarily something my body needs, or some stimulation from the television. And there's been many more, and you probably have some too. And I recognize this as covering pain, those things I do to cover the pain. Yes, there is this continual never enough, the continual attempt to cover my own pain, anxiety, worry, and shame, the pain of how I feel about myself. And then these are the words that I wrote, and these are physical words: scummy, dirty, fat, ugly, old, and weird. That's pretty sad, right? When I arrived, I thought that I was way more valuable than the people I came to thought about me. They didn't value themselves. Our family was sad. Dad was slothful, and he left and made a mess wherever he went. And again, I'm just following along as the Divine Mother is showing me this. They were sad, lonely, and afraid, and they didn't feel worthy of loving themselves or taking care of themselves. It was because they were angry and hurt at the way things had gone. It was because they were guilty for being selfish and not wanting, my dad didn't want children. It's because they felt inadequate to support us. They were incensed by each other and hurt. My dad was good at supporting, because when my dad was 28 and my mother was 20, he was a traveling salesman, and he found her at she was a car hop, and they created a relationship, and then they took off on the road and never had a home for 18 years. So my dad was really good at supporting us that way, or supporting the two of them. But then I don't know if it was pregnancy or just finally the pressure of my mom wanting a home and children that brought them off the road. And that was when I became part of the situation, and I know of the turmoil and the fighting that ensued. So my dad was good at supporting her when on the road in his world. He invited her into it. And this is a little bad about my mom, but this is how it came out. But she learned she wanted more. He finally relented, probably pregnancy, and tried it the other way. It just wasn't his strength. So she was done with him. Not really a bad guy, but they were both so messy. I sometimes think people used to be way more messy. And that's the way they were. She wanting children, home, so she could heal, and him wanting the freedom and the way he knew, so he could feel better. And when forced to let go of his way, Dad fell apart. They were sad because they didn't know how to love each other, sad because they were both so lost, so disillusioned about their own identity, about being a beautiful mother, because my mother was a beautiful mother, and my dad was a fantastic voyager on the wind. If they had known and listened to and understood themselves, and they could have made different choices. It's okay to be myself, whoever that is. That's how the Divine Mother, Father created me, with certain strengths, desires, and characteristics. So the reason to read and understand and hear myself is to free myself from the bonds of wrongness, to accept myself and allow myself, my real self. My outer is just a reflection of how I see my inner self. Thanks for listening. I hope you got something out of that. I know I did. I love you, and we'll talk soon. Bye.